What's going on YouTube? This is Ors, and we're doing a deck profile for +1 Geargia, as I like to call it. This deck was really fun to build, and I went to locals. I went 5-1. It was actually pretty fun, so yeah, let's just get started. For our monsters, on Triple Augur, because he's basically the Stratos of the deck, gonna have to run him at 3. He's just an amazing monster. Yeah, if you open up a Mermillo or a Geargia Augur, then you start with Augur because he kind of restricts you from playing because you can't attack that turn, and the only monsters you can summon is machine type monsters. So you want to, get his effect off as soon as possible. Next up, 3 armor. Armor is just still a great card in the deck because it's not a one-time use, so you can keep resetting it and keep getting pluses off of him. And he has a good body of a 1900 defense, so not a lot of monsters can get over him that are normal summonable. So yeah. Triple Accelerator. He kind of gets your combos going. That's what you will use to exceed with, and he's just great. Triple. Oops. Cards going everywhere. Triple Arsenal. Arsenal is just a great card. It's a beat stick. A lot of people underestimate him. When you can attack with it and make phase 2 set armor. So I feel like that's very strong. Triple Mermillo. It just searches out your traps that can protect you, and you're almost guaranteed to get her effect off. So, yep. She's also a level 4, so you can go to rank 4s with your Geargia monsters if you really need to. For our final monster run, 2 Diania, just to round off the Trap Tricks engine. She's basically a Wolfbark for Trap Tricks. You kind of need to play her because you can summon another Diania with this Dania, and you can get a trap from your grave, or summon a Remillo, pop a spell or trap in your opponent's field, and go for a rank 4. So yeah, I believe that was 17 monsters. It's a good amount of monsters. For spells, I run very little spells. Only 6, I believe, or 7. I run triple MST before Vanities and Scout and other floodgates like Cult Drain, so you kind of have to play MST right now. And you kind of want to hit Fire Lake with MST, the end phase. So, but Burning Abyss isn't really not a problem for this deck because Dimensional Fissure, because it really never hurts you. The only time it will hurt you if you banish your Mermillo and you have no targets for Diania. But other than that, it doesn't really hurt you at all. Monogeki just clears boards. It's pretty self-explanatory. Book of Moon. Book is still a great spell card right now. I love this card so much. Would never really cut it. It helps me so much against Burning Abyss. So when you're playing against Burning Abyss, and your opponent normal summons Store Guide, and they summon a Graph, what you want to do is Book of Moon the Graph, and leave the Tour Guide alone, because if they flip up the Graph, it's gonna get destroyed, and if they try to summon any other Burning Abyss, it's gonna get destroyed because Tour Guide is on the field. So yeah. And finally, for last spell is Snatch Steal. This card won me a game against Shadal's. I just took their construct and attacked for game. This card is just pretty freaking stupid and broken. For traps, we run a lot of traps. Triple Deep Fissure, or Deep Prison, sorry. This card is just such an amazing card in this format because a lot of things that attack get graveyard effects, and this card vanishes, so they don't get anything. Can manage the Dante's, Burning Abyss's Dante's, and they will never get them again. That is very strong against Burning Abyss because that's basically their boss monster. I haven't been seeing Virgil's a lot because Virgil is still a great card, but I just haven't been seeing a lot of Virgils right now. But yeah. Triple Phoenix Chain. This card is also amazing. It's out to everything basically. Your opponent makes Winda, Construct, Phoenix Chain. Your opponent makes like a disc or a shell, Phoenix Chain. Your opponent, let's see, your opponent makes a Dante. You really shouldn't Phoenix Chain that because they still mill for cost, but they make a Virgil, Phoenix Chain. They summon Tour Guide, Phoenix Chain. This card hits a lot. And then it prevents attacking too, so I like that more than the breakthrough skill. 2 Phoenix Wind Blast. This card is still great. I think every deck should run at least 2. But 3 is way too cloggy because you don't really want to discard your whole your cards in your hand. So Phoenix Wind Blast becomes kind of dead sometimes. 2 Mirror Force. Not a lot of people expect this card. Mirror Force is just such a surprising card. Some Clifford player, he went all out, and I just Mirror Forced him, and he just scoot because he had 800 life points left, and I had an armor in him, and he had no back row, so this card just saves lives. 2 Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. You run this for your Ramillo, and this card is great against a lot of decks too. For example, if your opponent summons Virgil, Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. If your opponent summons Dante, Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. Your opponent summons Construct, Trap Tricks, Trap Hole Nightmare. So on and so forth. This card is just great. 1 Bottomless for Ramillo. Sorry for the shaky table on camera. 1 Macro. This card is just amazing against any deck I play. Cliff Forts, they don't get their sacrifices, searches. They don't get sent to the graveyard because they get banished. Burning Abyss, they just mill and banish their stuff, and it's just great against basically every deck. And this card never really hurts you. You banish Accelerator so you can Geargia them back from the grave, but that really isn't a problem. So yeah, 1 Compulse because Compulse is just still an amazing card right now. And Solemn Warning because it's just good around anything. So yeah, that was a lot of traps. So for my extra deck, I run triple Gear Gigant. You kind of have to. It's your boss monster. I mostly only make 2, but you kind of want to have the 3rd one just in case something happens. Double Castel. Castel is just still an amazing card. This card saved me against Cliff Fords because I just shuffled back their tool or a scout and their sacrifices, and they didn't get any searches. So this card is just amazing. 1 Black Ship just for random game pushes, maybe in May phase 2 if they have a Burning Abyss monster or some other monster that has 21 or less attack. You can just burn them for 1,000. Or Mirror Geist against Burning Abyss. They don't go to the graveyard, they just get shuffled back into the deck. This card is just very, very great. 1 Emerald, just shuffle back your accelerators and your other monsters back, and you know, draw cards at that. 1 Exiton, you have to run Exiton. Just clear boards and get back into the game. 1 Crazy Box. This card actually won me a game against Cliff Fords. They just flip skill drain, and I just made a Crazy Box and just poked them for game. 1 Steel Swarm Roach is great against like Synchron decks. It's going to be definitely good against Necros. So yeah. 1 Dweller. It's good against the meta, such as Shaddoll, Burning Abyss. Warhound Draco, you just attack for game. It's just 2000. This never really won me anything, but yeah, you still want to have it just in case. One Ragna Zero. This actually won me a game against Fire Fist and Burning Abyss. So when they made Dante, I just popped them, drew into a Regeki, and next turn cleared his board and attacked them. So yeah, and finally Rhapsody and Berserk. This actually helped me so much against Burning Abyss because you can just banish they're like two Dantes or something like that, and their stars really become useless. So yeah, that's my main deck, guys. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.